What is good, y'all? It's your boy DB30. Do y'all see the line, man? My shit looking crispier than thugs. Oh, let me chill out before you fly in and start destroying my shit. Anyways, y'all see the title. We about to be reading Invincible hot takes. Now, I know I usually do Dragon Ball hot takes, but I want to branch out and do other shows and read hot takes on there. So, anyways, let's get straight into it, man. Adam Eve can and should absolutely be able to defeat anyone and everyone in a fight. I really feel like this isn't a hot take. I feel like everybody has this consensus that she should be able to defeat anybody and should be able to defeat anybody, because when she was 12 years old, she was in that bag. Like she don't always spam walls and balls and like here and there like saws or anything. You see, I was trying to rhyme there, but yeah, everybody has this take. I feel like, my personal opinion, she should be able to beat like street level villains by herself. Let me say this: the only people that she shouldn't be able to beat is Viltrumites, an army of Flaxens, and the dragon that Mark fights. I feel like those three, like anything else, she should be able to beat. Like she don't need. I feel like she don't need to be. Well, she technically isn't on the Guardian Globe anymore. But when she was on there, she shouldn't have been there in the first place, unless, like I said, she was fighting the Flaxens, the dragon, and Viltrumites. That's the only. Them the only like three villains that should only cause her trouble for real. But other than that, everybody has this hot take, so that wasn't that crazy for real. On to the next one. Oh, Art and Debbie should have gotten together after Nolan left. I felt like when I was reading the book and the drama would have been so good. See, I haven't. That's one thing I should disclaim. I never read the comics, so like I know what happens in there, but I never like fully end up read them before. I should after when when the show like fully wraps up on there. I'm gonna tap in on the comics, but I don't agree with Art and Debbie. I feel like Art's, because we don't know that much of Art. Maybe he should get more character involvement, but other than that, like Art is just the design guy. Like he just makes sure everybody gets right. I didn't see that working. That's just me. Oh, the blue suit sucks. Oh, that's a hot take. I feel like I like the blue suit. Now, do I like it more than the original? No, but I do like the blue suit only because of the fact that like I know, and I hate that the creator disproves the theory of it, the reason behind it. But I feel like it would have made more sense if he would have confirmed that fan speculation and theory that we had made up. Because I know y'all probably seen it in regards to talking to the blue suit. Like if you were to like, it's literally a universe color to Omni-Man's suit, which like because if you flip it to where it shows the picture, I'm gonna have the picture up. It shows that it's white and red if you inverse the colors. Thus, that's why Mark wants to be the opposite of what his father is. You see what I'm saying? But I guess it wouldn't make sense because we did recently learn that the original suit of Omni-Man's suit is blue and red, but in the show is white and red. But that's neither here nor there. I personally like the blue suit. I don't think it sucks, but it's not better than original. I'll say that. Red Rush and Eve are overrated in terms of their abilities. I totally disagree with this. We really gotta let's talk about Red Rush for a second and the limited amount of time that we saw him in the show. Red Rush is such like I like how they displayed his speed to where it's like, hey, when going up against Nolan, when they all die. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen, like, that's literally the first episode. But yeah, when the OG Guardians of the Globe were fighting Nolan, then Rush was like being a very supportive character. Every time they got into a jam, he would run them out the way, steer clear of danger, moving them out the way. Anytime they got into a jam, that's why Nolan he knew, like, okay, I gotta kill him first, just because of the fact it's like, all right, like, because if I let him stay alive, like, they might fuck around and kill me. That's why he was the first nigga to go, because he was the most important character in that team for sure. Because if he didn't, because they could have fucked around and won that fight if Omni Man didn't kill Red Rush. That's just my opinion. But Eve, we was just talking about her. Her powers are crazy. She literally creates molecules and atoms within the surface around her. Like, she literally can create literally anything. She's like a walking Green Lantern ring, but it's like she don't need the ring. It's just everything around her. Like, she literally turned a gold apple out of nowhere and said, you can sell this for some money. Like, literally. So yeah, I will say how they showcase her powers and how she get hold, like how she displays her powers is kind of stupid, but it wouldn't be a show if she was just dog walking everybody. That's why I said, like, she should only have trouble with the Flaxens, the Viltrumites, and that dragon. That's all I'm saying. Season 2 was super boring. Okay. And he also followed up with Season 2 had way too much downtime. I don't want to see Debbie being sad for half the season. Enough already. Okay. Now, I can see where he's coming from with this, with the Season 2 being boring, but I feel like not everything needs, like, obviously shows need to have downtime, because like it just can't always be action packed, but I liked how me personally, I liked it because we get to see other people's reaction on what happened, on what Nolan did to these people. Like, especially with Debbie, she was really going through it. She has been with this man for 20 plus years, had a kid with him, and then all of a sudden he just destroys everything, leaves everybody, and that nigga even said I didn't really love her. She was a pet to me. So I really wanted to see, like, damn, how does she react after all this happened, and then, like, how is she gonna overcome this grief, this trauma that she's going through. And this is such an underrated scene that I want to point out. When she was in the bar, and I want to say it was either a boyfriend or girlfriend that was talking to her of one of the superheroes, Guardians of the Globe, and she was just like, I forgot who it was, but I forgot which hero it was that they were dating, and they was just like, man, like, they were both connected on a serious level. Like, bro, we lost both of the people that we loved in that sense. And she was like, and she was seeing it from their perspective, because it was like, dang, they really got it fucked up, because my husband Nolan, that's what Debbie looking like, really killed these niggas, and I didn't even see how their perspective looked. And then once she told them that I don't even know was her husband, she reacted and said, yeah, well, how could you love him? How could you do that? And it's like, damn, Debbie really, like, she was going through it that season. I really like how they displayed her trauma. And on top of that, for Mark to come back and seeing his dad and bringing another kid, and it wasn't even that long ago. It was like 6 months. This nigga already had a kid with another woman, let alone then you have to raise him. Like, that was crazy. I personally disagree with this, and like, I love how they displayed Debbie's character in that season. One of my I don't know why season 2 gets so much hate. I like season 2. Angstorm is a terrible villain. See, hey, I got a hot take for myself. I really think Ainstorm is the best villain in Invincible. Hear me out. Hear me out. This is my hot take. This is my hot take. I reversed his hot take and turned it into my hot take. Just hear me out. I love, because when I first saw him, I was like, okay. First impression, I'm like, okay. Because at first he wanted to be the good guy. Even though in all these universes where Mark is bad and doing and siding with Omni-Man, his father, it was a version of Angstorm that wanted to gather all the other Angstorms and create a perfect world where that didn't have to happen. Like all that Omni-Man and Invincible stuff, where it didn't have to happen. Now that clearly fucked up because the Mahler twins and Invincible, because Invincible wasn't conscious of what was happening, obviously, because he didn't know what was happening. He just saw the Mahler twins, they were evil and they were building a big machine and it was about to blow up the city or whatnot, and Invincible had to stop it. And then that's what made Angstrom have that big ass brain, because he had all the different versions in his own he had his own variants of brains all mixed into one, and they had all one thing in common: hate Invincible. So that's why he hated Invincible so much, because he sees each and every of his variants universes being destroyed, conquered by Invincible. Like, that's all he saw. So that's why he hated Invincible. And I like how, and we gotta remember, he was the one that started the Invincible War. Like, even though he hated Mark so bad, he got the other variants that were destroying his universes, got them just so he can kill the good Mark. And he didn't even know that he was the good Mark, because he's just so fixated on being hated by Invincible that he just wanted to kill him specifically. I like him. Every time this nigga pops up on the screen, he always doing something crazy. For crying out loud, he broke Debbie's arm. Like, damn, this nigga don't care. And then that's what made Mark even go even more crazy. Killed him. And we gotta remember, this nigga's smart as fuck. We gotta take into account this. He is so smart, because what was leading up into season 2, he was traveling to different universes, getting information on how to beat Invincible by talking to the other Invincibles, because there was some universes where Invincible and Omni-Man lost by conquering the world. Like, it was one scene where Mark was literally locked up and Omni-Man was dead, and Angstrom was getting information about that. It was like, okay, I see how I gotta beat this nigga. I gotta tire him out, get him weak, get him a little gassed up, and then as he's doing that, he's like, let me build up my body and be stronger. And that's what was happening, why he was kind of whooping Mark ass a little bit. But in an essence, Mark was holding back in that fight too. But until he stopped holding back, guess what happened? He damn near killed him. I like, every time that nigga pop on screen, it's crazy. I love it. I feel like he's the best villain. That's my take on it. Let's get off that take though. Mark's rematch with Conquest is super underwhelming. I can agree with this. The only reason why I felt so underwhelming is because I don't think Mark didn't throw a punch. It was just all him choking, and he bit his thumb off. Other than that, Conquest was throwing body shots, digging in his stomach. He was digging in them. But other than that, because I feel like the fight itself was underwhelming, but the story behind it made sense, because Mark was so determined. He knew he wanted. I feel like this was the second. Let's say this is the second time, because he did have that first killer instinct when he was fighting Angstrom. But this was his second time that he had that killer instinct, and he was like, I want to kill him. And he said, you're not breathing again. And he choked him and held him for dear life and killed him. He wanted to make sure he sucked the life out of him by choking his life away. And that's one thing about the storytelling behind it. I love it. The fact that he said, "You're not breathing again," and he choked him, and that's how he killed Conquest. And that was just beautiful to the story on that part. Anyways, it's gonna be a wrap on today's video, man. I hope y'all enjoyed. Don't forget to like, share. If you're new, please subscribe. As always, have a great day. I'm out. Peace. God bless y'all, man.